You may remember this 1949 Chevy from last year. Christina and I tried to revive it. We had one day to do it and we failed. The engine was seized tight. It's not bolted down. It was just a nightmare, and it was super cold that day. So we're going to take this back to the shop where we have more tools and more time, and we're going to get this thing running. Let's get this hood off. This hood will not be going back on. Let's put it over here. We have more time this time than last time, so we're starting to dig through, and we've got these old Excel wires. These are probably from the 80s, which, you know, we know this was used in the 80s, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's probably what they're from. And I found something super interesting, a ballast resistor. Now, why would this have a ballast resistor on the ignition if it's 6 volts? You shouldn't need one. I wonder if someone either had converted it to 12 or was going to convert it to 12. I guess we'll find out. There's no gas tank in this car, so I'm not sure why.
Look the same?
Yeah, they look the same as the last time I had them out. A year ago.
So here we go. That's all of them.
Yeah, very, very carbony as you would expect, but no different than the last time we were here. So what I'm going to do now is a little different. I've got this handy squirt can here. I'm going to mix mild mystery oil with acetone. Probably a 60-40 mix, 60 mild mystery oil. The reason I'm doing that is I need more cutting action on whatever's seizing this engine, because the mystery oil alone has not done it for me. So this will help. It's a little bit caustic, so I can't leave it in there forever, but I think it's what I need to get this thing free.
Well, I asked Richard if he wouldn't mind pulling the dipstick again. We didn't see anything weird last time, but I just want to make sure we don't again.
It's very bad, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's... Oh, look at that. I think I can see some mystery oil in that. But it's very, very bad.
I'm interested to change that and see.
If there's water in there?
Yeah, because remember when we did the 30 Chevy? I mean, the black Chevy?
Yep.
The dipstick didn't show that, but when we changed it, holy moly, was there was, what, a gallon of water in there?
I believe there's some water in here, but what we'll do is I'll just take the cap, the plug off for a second, and we'll see if water comes out.
Okay. I think there's a bottle in here. Do you see it?
Yeah.
What is this?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh my gosh.
Cologne?
Yes. Oh, that's so funny. I don't have any explanation why that would be in here.
Forever, it's called. It smells like motor oil. Must be a mechanic's cologne.
You must love it. Okay, so I told Richard that right here in this corner, I found these things.
Kearney rust cutter.
And what are these?
Those are hood pins. I think those are hood pins. Wow, they're awful thick though. You know, now that you say that, they're awful thick for hood pins. I'm not sure what those are.
I definitely don't know what they are.
And how about this thing
Yeah, so
that you found?
I found that just kind of buried underneath a whole bunch of leaves right there. I have no idea what that is.
So viewers, you got to help us out.
Yeah, what is that?
It looks like some kind of like shovel or thing went on here, and this tightened it up to hold it. But the handle's awful short.
I don't know. Maybe it's just for hitting someone.
It would be effective at that.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, it's looking a lot better since it's vacuumed.
Yeah, I know. See, it's one of the great things about a shop. We really never were able to vacuum things before. Even if we took a blower, it's not the same as a vacuum. So
Yeah.
it's pretty nice.
It sure is. Okay, onward. Okay, Yeah, it's moving.
Okay.
It's moving.
Oh, it's water. That's water.
No, it's dirt.
What just came out?
It's all dirt. Uh-oh. Oh. Why is there water coming out here? Is there a hole in the oil pan?
Well, I said that there was water. It was a big stream of water. You must have had your face turn and missed it.
Huh. Is there a hole in the oil pan?
That is water.
Can you see where it's coming from?
I just see that drip.
Huh. Uh-oh. Well, that tells me when I loosen this, water's going to come out.
Oh, yeah. We've already seen water come out.
Oh, crap.
Water, water.
Water and goo.
Mm.
Look at that. Oh, man, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to go for a while. I just like it so much more when there's a big problem like this. I don't know why. It's just more exciting for me. Maybe not you, but for me. Can you move your light, babe? Okay. That's so much better. Thank you.
Yeah, this is all water and goo. Look at that. That's got to be 3 inches long. See if this is blocking the flow or just a big piece of goo.
Oh, that was so nasty.
Yeah, it was just blocking the flow.
Oh, no.
Oh, is it oil now? It's full. I mean, the pan is full of water. Look at that. All right, I'm just gonna let it drip. No, every time I say it's all oil, some water comes out.
Okay.
This is the filler plug. It's in great shape. Last time we saw this much water in the engine, the filler plug was half eaten away. This one is not. Well, if we're trying to look on a bright side, there's one thing. Yep, so this is my mix. I ended up doing 50-50, not 60-40. It looks like the first cylinder's near the top. Yeah, it is. So I filled it right up. I'm on number 2. I'm just going to keep mixing this up and putting it in.
So Richard is checking to see if he sees a crack in the block.
This is typically where they crack, right there. And I don't see any crack here. I also see a drain. I wonder if the drain is open. Let's see if this will open. No, it won't open. It won't open. It can also crack here, and I don't see any evidence of that whatsoever. None. Look at this paint job that they did.
Oh, I know, it flakes right off.
Yeah, it's because they applied it over dirt.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Well, you can tell it's, is that dirt inside that water?
I think it's a dirt dauber, but if you look at this, this is broken right off. So this cat just had it. And underneath, look at it's even stuck on there. Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Well, that doesn't look so bad.
I mean, it's
there's
dirty.
a lot of rust, though.
Is there? I
Whoa.
can't tell.
Well, let's get the light.
Yeah, it's right here.
There is a ton of rust in there.
Oh, I can see that now. Oh, wow.
Wow, is it bright?
still want to see underneath that cap. Where did it go?
It's not stuck. Where'd the cap go? It doesn't look bad at all under the cap.
Huh.
But
yeah,
it's had it.
that has had it.
So we'll bring this with us and make sure I have a spare, but I think I do. The rotor's nice.
Well, we got that going for us.
And there doesn't seem to be any play in the shaft, so that's good. We've certainly had enough problems with that.
Yeah, it's the little things
Yeah.
that make all the difference.
But man, is that rusty.
Yeah.
So, we've got a little pry bar here. We don't expect this is going to work, but we're going to try it on the flywheel. So I'm going to make a mark here straight up and down so that we'll know if that moves. All right, I'm on it.
Okay, I'm watching the mark. I'm gonna say no.
Whew.
You know, the whole thing is moving. That doesn't
Yeah.
help. I don't think it's gonna happen, babe.
Wow, getting an amazing grip on it. Okay, a little bit, not a good enough.
Is everything okay down there?
Yeah, just trying to get a good working position. Okay. Oh. This side, I don't have quite as much leverage as the other side. Okay, let's see if this works. Try it once more.
No. You gave it your best try.
I did.
Is it moving?
Yeah.
I hear something. Is that what I hear?
Yeah, you're hearing the starter gear hit the flywheel, which is what it's supposed to do. So I think the starter's going to be all right. Yeah, it's moving nice. It's probably just needs the engine unstuck to fully align, but I think it's okay.
Hey Richard, so you're putting in the...
Yeah, we found some transmission fluid in the trunk. Rather than trust it in a real transmission, I'm going to put it in this, let it sit overnight, see if it loosens up some of that gunk.
Yeah.
I put the drain plug back in because the gunk is still coming out, and it's been hours, and it's still dripping out. It's had overnight to soak.
It's not doing anything.
Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Are you gonna try underneath again today?
What I thought we'd do is you up here and me under there at the same time.
Doing what?
You cranking this one and I'll crank that one. It'll hit it from both ends.
Okay. Okay guys, I gave you a view of the chalk mark, so you might see it before we do, if it moves.
Okay,
All right, let me...
go ahead. Okay.
Stop?
Yeah.
Okay. Richard, you having a little trouble getting that out?
That's all good. It's all good. It's in a difficult to access place, but I've got it spinning, so. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna grab the crank and pull the engine that way, and you can pull this up and out.
There's something.
No?
Yeah,
It's that defroster cable.
Can I get it this way?
Yeah.
No,
Move.
I can't get it stuck on that cable. My arms aren't long enough.
All right, put it back where it was. Oh, you almost got it.
I know. Can you pull it? Yep, over there. Oh, we got it.
No issues here.
Sorry, the sun just is coming through
I
there.
never knew these had gaskets around the plug holes.
Oh, oh yeah.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all good.
Now, here, I'm gonna wait for you. Does it matter, like, all the rust you see right where the spark plugs go and stuff?
No.
Oh, why is
What
that
matters
like
is
that?
here. This one's,
Is in the middle here. Is there
yeah,
a
that
space
one's,
in between where the head comes off?
what do you mean? That's where the head bolts down, but that is a little concerning. That is a little concerning because it almost looks like water seeped through there, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Can you go along this way? Is it like that the whole way?
No, it's not.
It doesn't look good, but you can see it's rusty right there.
You know, that's where the head bolts on, so hopefully we're just looking at the head gasket, which it looks like we are.
Oh, that makes sense.
There might be a little rust on the edge of the head gasket, but none of these are bad, right? See, all the lifters are up nice and high.
Yeah, is that red from the
That's all
mystery
the mystery oil, yeah. Interesting though.
What's that?
The lifters are all up pretty high. These are solid lifters, they're not hydraulic, so they look a little bit different than when we did the 50 that had hydraulic. But I don't see anything scary here.
I think that's going to come later.
Yeah. See if I could pop this lifter.
Should you be able to?
Yeah. Yeah, but I can't get a grip on it. I can't get a grip on it. So,
You need a smaller
I'll try it later.
screwdriver.
But I don't see anything terrible here. But what we're going to do is we're going to soak this with Cree oil. In case the lifters are stuck in the bores, I'm going to soak it. All right, so these 216s have what's called a solid lifter. It means basically a solid piece of steel that rides on the camshaft and gets bumped every revolution of the camshaft to move this push rod here, which then moves the rocker arm, which activates the valve. So if any of these are stuck, technically it'll stick the engine because the engine can't turn if the lifter won't move. So we're going to check that. So I'm just going to go and lightly grab these and see if they move, because they should come up pretty easily. All right, that one was a little stuck, but it's free now. Oh, that one's stuck. Okay, we'll have to get back to that when it's really stuck. Okay, that one's not. That one's not. That one is. And that one is not. So we've got two that are stuck. Those have to be free or the engine's not going to spin. Is that what's holding the engine stuck? I doubt it, but we're going to free them up anyway before we go any further. So we're just going to put some acetone around the bore. Is that going to help? Well, it's not going to hurt, you know that. Try to loosen it up with the acetone. So we're going to try these. A reader sent us these. I've shown them to you before, a viewer. And
well, he
these
reads
are
too.
fantastic. Yeah, these are fantastic. I can't squeeze like crazy on this because I don't want to break it.
Yeah.
Does not want to move. Just doesn't want to move. Got it.
You did?
I think so.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, it's moving. It's moving.
Okay, I saw it.
Okay, we gotta get some more Crayola on it. It's moving.
Oh.
That acetone might have helped, and these helped for sure. Lifters are now loose, so let's see if it made any difference.
No.
Nope. I didn't expect it would, but it would have been nice. All right, rocker shaft bolts are off. I'm going to try to lift the entire rocker shaft off as one piece. It's actually two pieces, but I'm going to try to keep it together.
It's that bungee. Here. You got it. Okay.
Looks like I was able to do it in one piece. Yay.
Good job.
Yay! So that's the rocker shaft, guys. It's in very good shape.
There's a lot of gunk on there.
Yeah. We'll clean that up. Okay, I really want to save this because when it was put in, it was in good shape. Hold this in just lightly. Just keep it from crunching too much. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful! We saved it. I take all these push rods out. I'm going to put them in here.
Okay.
Starting with the very rear. Really good shape.
We'll get them all out and we'll come back to you.
Yeah. Now sometimes these snap. Oh, oh boy. Yeah, that one's tight. Nope, it's moving. That one we loosened up last year. We've got a couple more here. I'm going to have to use a wrench. There's one here. I might be able to get a socket on it. Yeah, I can.
Alright.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Alright.
So with any luck, these are all going to come out. And when we get this intake off, we'll see if my theory is correct that the water get in through here. Because this intake was not tightened up correctly.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yep, that's an intake port.
Okay, now let me get a good look over here for them. I got a good look in there. Oh, yeah. I don't even need the light shining on this to know that is bad. Look at all that rust in there. Okay.
So what's that tell us?
Give me the light. The water.
Water came through the carburetor. That's what that tells us. Every port
This
is
one's,
clear.
no, not this one.
Yeah, that one's dirty too. Yep.
Look how dirty those are, though.
Yep. Two
Oh,
intake
you got
ports.
a little bit rust right there, babe.
Yep. The intake ports have some water in them, especially the one right under the carb, which is what you would expect.
And then that, I would say that one's the second most rusted.
Oh yeah, that's a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's very scary.
It's very thick.
Yes, it's incredibly thick.
What about this one?
Let's try this one.
Yeah, do the point. Oh, left that pointer in there. Hold on. Let me switch hands.
Yeah, that's pretty bad too. That's pretty bad too. Okay. Well, now we know why it's seized.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I know. You really can't see it when I'm talking to the viewers the way I can. It's so hard to get in there. Yeah, it's so bad. Do that one up to the one back there. Oh, man, it's so funny.
Well, this one's...
Is it just so hard you can't get your finger to get it out?
Yep.
It looked like it was like a big mound in there.
Yep.
Oh, wow. But that's just crazy powder.
Yeah.
Wow. I think there might be some in there, too.
There is. Well, there's something in here. See that? That could be dirt. Because remember, this was the port that was loose. So that could just be dirt.
Oh, I don't know why. I always get so excited when we when we find this stuff.
Well, this is interesting stuff.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see what it looks like after we get the head off now.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can get that sending unit out for the gauge, the temp gauge, and then we can take this head off. This needs to slip right through that hole. Thank you. How's it look?
I can't tell. I'm too busy watching this.
I mean the oil line.
Oh, the oil line looks fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Beauty.
fine.
Okay.
There. Oh, babe, it's so bad.
Oh no, really?
It's so... Oh, no, I can't see now. Oh, it's so much worse than the black Chevy. I'm gonna make them wait. I'm not... and see it at the same time you see it. Oh, Richard, it's so bad. I'm not saying that. I'm not lying. It's so bad.
All right.
But you know, maybe it'll clean up and it won't be that bad. I don't know.
You keeping them in suspense?
I think that they should not. They might have actually got a glimpse, but I don't want to go too far until you are here.
Okay, I'm here.
All right, here we go.
Okay, this one's great. This one's great.
Look at that.
That one's really bad. Oh.
Oh, I haven't even gotten over there.
Oh. Look at this, babe.
Oh, I have to switch
Oh, we're
sides.
screwed.
Oh no, is it a crack? Hold on. Let me see. No way! It blew out, didn't it?
Yep.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh.
The cylinder walls
Yep.
broken out.
Wow, it's the first time for me. Oh. Well, I called it. I said it was so bad.
Let me get in there.
So how does that happen? Is that what they call like when you blow your motor or blow your engine?
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at that.
It could be that this filled up with water
And
and
it
froze and the water had
Yeah.
nowhere to go. And this is really, really, really rusted. And it looks to me like the piece of the cylinder's right there.
Look at that. Wow. I wonder what this hot mess looks like. See how
That one? Let's find out. What is that?
Look at the rust in the
Look at how nice that one is. Look at
know.
those cylinder walls.
It looks beautiful in there. Yeah. This one doesn't look bad either.
And this one we don't know because it's at the top. But yeah, this one's probably not good either.
Yeah. Can you turn the light? You kind of blinded us. Okay. Yeah, I know. They do look so nice, the ones that are...
All right, let's get the
Not
fluid
bad.
out of this one.
I don't know if there's much we can do after this.
I got an idea.
Okay.
Yeah, there's chunks in here.
Oh, yes.
I'm actually scraping chunks off the top of the piston.
You know what's interesting is you can see the mystery oil that's floated to the top of that. Can you see that?
Yeah, and look at the green. That's coolant.
What?
Yeah, that green is coolant. So how did that get in there?
You need to make a drink where it's I don't know, I guess brown and then red at the top. And
With a tiny bit of green.
It'll be a shot and we'll call it like, I don't know, it have to be like Marble Mystery something.
Alright, I'll sop the rest up with a rag and we'll get a good view of what we got.
You know what's weird is, you know, I think the walls could be cleaned up, at least from this angle.
On that one?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You need them to be.
I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh boy, these walls are really bad.
Oh, see, on this, from this side, they're fine. Oh, wait a minute. What is that dirt? Did you see that big chunk that came up?
It's rust.
That right there? What is
Dirt, rust, etc.
Let me see. I have to come back over here because my side didn't look that bad. Let me see your side.
See up here?
Oh yeah, my side didn't look anything like that. It didn't look anything like that.
Luckily, this piston was not at the top, but close to the top. So below it might be okay. Might. But yeah, up here, I need to hone that.
Yeah, we did that on the black Chevy too. But yeah, I was wondering where that came.
It's just rust. Yeah.
Okay, so now, are you going to take that gasket off?
This is the head gasket. Yeah, this is going to have to come off because we got a lot of messing around to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we get, this one is bad, but salvageable. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's this one.
Oh yeah.
I think this piston is welded to the bore. So there's a couple of things we could do because this, yeah, this block is broke wide open. In fact, I think that's a piece of it sitting right there. If you can see in there,
Yeah, I can see it.
that's a piece of it. It must have filled with water and blew right there, and then the water went into the oil pan. So we've got a couple of options. Throw in the towel, which we hate to do. Take a chisel and break this piston into pieces. Disconnect the rod, pull the oil pan, disconnect the rod. But even if we do that, we'll still have to break this piston free because it's not at the top. If it was at the top, we wouldn't have to do that. So at this point, if we want this engine to run, this piston's going to have to get destroyed. It's going to have to get shattered.
So it would just run on 5 cylinders instead of 6.
Yep, it would run on 5. Run on 5, we could move it around the yard. If someone wanted it, it'd be easy to load on the trailer. But this engine is junk.
Yeah, it is. You're
This
right.
is, I can say in all my years of doing this, I've never seen this before.
I can say that too in all my years of doing this.
Usually the block will
Which
crack.
is 4 years.
Usually the block will crack and it'll leak out. This thing, the piston got so full of water, it just blew out the side.
Yeah.
And you know, it's Tennessee. It does get freezing here.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, well, and I think that it's been a problem with the weather in the last few years. Normally, it doesn't. And, you know, I think it was just not thought about for some of this, especially someone that passed away and their car's just been sitting and no one's thinking about it. And
Well,
I think this happens.
water got, which port do we need? So this is the second one. So let's look at the ports on the head. So, yeah, it came right through there. Came through the carburetor. That's why the carburetor is all frozen up. We haven't even looked at that yet. Came through the carburetor, leaked right down into that piston, filled up the piston. The water froze and blew out the side of the cylinder wall. Okay. What do you think we should do?
Well, I don't know. Let's talk about it. We'll get back with you guys.
Okay.
You're going to try to get the piece out with a magnet?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Can I touch it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's heavy.
Yeah, that's cast iron, man.
Wow.
Cast iron.
Is there more, or is it just this one piece?
That's the piece.
Oh my gosh.
That's the piece.
Look at that.
And all this, look at how magnetic it all is.
Oh my goodness, that's nuts.
Yeah, it sure is. Look at that. Wow. It's a wad of it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, oh yeah, I see that now. That's so crazy.
It's so unfortunate because looking at the other cylinders, this engine was in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I agree. It's too bad.
Yep. And the water just destroyed it. Well, we'll sleep on it, figure out what to do.
Hey guys, so we wanted to let you know that we came in, we're getting ready to have dinner, and think about what we should do when, believe it or not, we got a call back. Now, if you watched the cleaning video that we did last week, then you know that underneath 200 pounds of car parts that didn't belong to the Chevy and junk, trash, we happened to find a report card from 1986. Now, Richard, you want to take it from there?
So from there, Christina traced it to someone in Kentucky, who we then traced it back to the actual owner of this car in high school in 1986. Now imagine if you were in your 50s and someone found your high school car still around that you thought had disappeared long ago.
Yeah.
That's what we've got here.
Yeah. Not only that, he drove it through high school, like you said, and when he joined the military in 1987, he left the card with his dad. Now, here is something that we were like, whoa, we can't believe this. His father is like a music legend.
Yeah.
When we say music legend, I'm talking, he had his own #1 hit single in the 60s, but he was fantastic and talented and, you know, just, I don't know the word. What's the word I'm looking for? When you're like,
Protege.
yes, a prodigy. On the piano, he played on iconic songs that we still hear and are known around the world. Patsy Cline songs, his dad was playing the piano. Johnny Cash, his dad was playing the piano. Roy Orbison, Crying, if you're wondering where I got that for the thumbnail. And the list goes on and on. Bob Dylan. I mean, there's so many that I would just need to sit here and read them off to you. So, and not only that, he was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards in 1980 for conducting and writing music. So,
And he drove this car.
it belonged to him, and he's the one that passed it on to his son, and his son drove it in high school. And I was the crazy person that called and said, hey, I found your report card. Do you want it back from 1986? And it led to this.
One thing led to another. So what's this guy's name?
His name is Bill. His father's name was Bill Purcell. I guess they're both Bill Purcell. And yeah, so like you said, he's really excited. So now, Richard.
So now we got to get this thing running. It's a music icon's car. It's a kid's car who's now in his 50s but remembers the car in high school.
Yeah.
It's got a junior prom picture in it. We don't have a choice.
Yeah, so we only have a couple of days. You guys saw what condition it was in. So
Let's get to it.
all right, let's get to it.
Okay, we are back at it today, desperately trying to get this thing to run. We're going to divide and conquer. So Christina is going to work on the cylinder itself. And to take a close look at this cylinder, you can see how badly scored it is and the huge hole in it. This isn't salvageable, but this piston has to free up. So there's two things to do here. We've got to get the cylinder wall smooth enough to get the piston to come out. And that's what Christina's going to work on. And then I need to get underneath, pull the oil pan, and see if I can push up by hitting the rod to get this piston out. While Christina's doing that, I'm going to be working on the head. Just like the block, the head is in bad shape. So this cylinder, I'm not going to worry about. That's the one that's got the hole in it. So those valves aren't going to be in action anyway. But this one, this cylinder we need to work. And that valve is stuck open, and there's a lot of rust in here that needs to go. Also, these water passages are plugged or full of junk. Look at this one here. It's in really bad shape. So I need to clean that all out. So I'm going to start first with trying to get this valve clear. And I'm going to use a little bit of sandpaper to sand the edges of the valve while it's open. And then I'm going to use some Creoil and some force to see if I can get this thing to move. What I'm doing here is just going around the seat with sandpaper, folded in half, so I'm getting two sides. But really right now I'm only concerned about the valve, and then I'm going to try to get the seat cleaned up. It's the way it is now, it just will not seal at all. It'll be like not having this cylinder working. So far it looks promising. I'm getting a lot of the rust off. As I work on this, I'm going to put some Creoil down inside to start to work it loose. I don't know if this will help, but it's not going to hurt, that's for sure. The goal here is to get it loose enough that I can take it out and clean up the seat and the valve itself once it's out. But there's no guarantee this is coming out. So I'm doing a little prep ahead of time. You probably can't see this, but the Creoil is coming through. There's the stuck valve right there, and the Creoil is coming through. So that's a good sign that I'm getting some penetration and maybe I can free this thing up. All right, I'm ready to give this a try. This is the stuck valve. I've got it sitting, the head sitting on a piece of wood, so if I push up and down on the valve, it's not hitting the bench. I'm just gonna tap it with a brass hammer. And as you can see, it's stuck. It's going down actually a little bit, that's good. And I can't just hammer away because I'll get something called coil bind if I push it too far, and I won't get any spring pressure coming back. So that's as far as I want to push it. Now it's gonna do a little bit of an unorthodox thing, but I stick a screwdriver in between the coils and I pry upward to try to give some pressure on the stem to try to push up and get out of the way. So I'm going to try that now. All right, I got the valve unstuck. You can see it's fully extended. Now I can get the keeper out, which is this retainer right here, and pull the whole valve a lot easier because the spring is under far less pressure. And then I can clean it up a little more properly. So I'm going to look at these others, make sure these others aren't stuck, but if they are, those are coming out as well. I've got a couple more intake valves stuck. How do you tell? Very easy. You just drop the hammer on the valve and see how it bounces back on its own. Watch when it's on a stuck valve. It just kind of sits there. See you can even hear the difference. So this one is stuck and this one is stuck. This is an example of a water passage that's completely plugged up. I've got a few of these that I need to clean out.
You know what I think I'm going to do now that I can see in there much more clearly? I am going to start chipping away at all of this that is probably 1/4 of an inch or more in thickness. So let me start on that. I was able to get the other piece of this, and I thought you guys might want to see it come out. There you go. What do you think? I'm not sure how good this is going to record because I'm doing it myself, but look at that. Look how big it is. Wow. Oh, that's a good picture right there. Good focus. That's crazy. Okay, so I've been at this for almost 2 hours, and I think that's as good as I'm going to get it. I don't know if the light really captures it or not, but I will say that there is a lot of pitting inside and even on the outside. And well, I think I've gotten it as good as we can expect. So Richard said it looked amazing, so hopefully it's good enough.
All right, we're gonna do the unthinkable. Christina's been working very hard on the cylinder walls of the bad cylinders, and she's got them pretty smooth. So I think it's not impossible that this will come unseized now. I'm going to hit every cylinder with Cree-Oil. Even the broken one. And then I'm going to try using a block of wood on one of the bad cylinders to try to push it down. I have seen this work. If you all have seen the video of the 50 Chevy that we did, it's exactly how we got it unseized. This one's a lot worse, so we'll see. This piston here is the second worst piston. I would try it on the worst, but I think it's already at the bottom or nearly at the bottom. So I'm going to try with this one. We've got a chalk mark. Let's see if the chalk mark moves. I'm not expecting this to work, but it's certainly worth a try. I'd like to be using hardwood here. I don't have any with me, so this will have to do, and if it splinters, it splinters. Any movement in that chalk mark? No?
No.
Okay, let's try another one. Let's try this one.
Maybe. I don't know. It could have just been the wrench on there, so I'm not sure. I think the wrench is what's moving. Yeah, it didn't move. It was just the wrench moving.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because these look a little bit like they moved. Nothing?
No.
Okay, let me try the wrench. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
That is a bummer. Okay, let's try this. You push up on this and I'm going to try the hammer.
Okay.
We'll give it a double whammy. Yep.
Okay.
Nothing. Nothing. Okay.
That was pushing really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one.
Okay. Well, we have two options left. We crack that cylinder, that piston open with a chisel, or I drop the oil pan and try to push the piston up with a hammer from underneath. Either one might work. We don't need that piston anyway.
Right.
So I'm having fun under here getting the oil pan off, and it's held on with screws. Let me see if I can show it to you. See that screw? And there's one behind it that I've taken out. The problem is there's 150,000 miles and many, many years of dirt on them. There's a screw right there, and you'd never know it. So each one of these screws, I have to do a little mining expedition just to find it. But so far, they're all coming out.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Oh,
Be careful. Be careful.
I did.
Okay.
All right, let's pull this thing out.
I know. I'm so scared to see what it's going to look like. Oh, well.
So, if you're trying to get the oil pan out of these Chevys, turn the wheels.
Oh, it's not there.
It's heavy. There must be a lot of grime in it.
I can see rust in it, too.
Oh, yeah. Where's my screwdriver?
Babe, there's a lot of rust.
This oil pan is super heavy. And here's why.
Yeah, look at that rust on there.
Look at that. You can't believe how heavy the back of this pan is, and it's all because of this.
I mean, a third of that is sludge.
Oh, yeah.
I think a third is. And do you see the orange in it from the rust?
Up here I see some.
See, I see it plain as day in
Do
here.
you? Maybe it's my glasses are too dirty. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see it. The key is now, what's it look like under here? What's it look like?
I'm scared.
No need for speed.
Okay, you get under there and then.
This is so heavy, I can't believe it.
Oh, I believe it. I don't know if they can. I think they can tell. Let me move this light because, guys, no kidding. Like, this is literally a third full of oil, and it's not even oil. It's gunk.
Yeah.
It's a third full. Okay, when you get under there, I'll hand you a camera. There you go. Got it? How bad is it?
It's not bad at all. No. Sorry for the bad light, but that is where the oil gets sucked up into the engine, and you can see that it's completely plugged. Completely plugged with gunk and water and everything else. But when you look at the important part, the rods, the crank, the mains, boy, the light's terrible under here.
You know what?
This phone light is not on.
I know. I thought it was on when I handed it to you.
Try it again.
Okay.
So we're back at it this morning. So far this morning, I've tried to hone the cylinders out a bit. It didn't do any good, and I didn't think it would. But the next step is we're going to take the rod cap off of the number 2 piston. We're doing that because I'm going to get underneath and try to push the piston up in the bore and get it right out. Do I think this is going to work? I think the chances are real small, but it's worth a try.
Okay, you're on.
Yeah, all right, the cap. Hopefully it's coming off. I think I've got access to it. Let's see. Number 2 piston. I have great access to it. So this should be a piece of cake. Famous last words.
Will I see anything happen up top?
You won't see anything happen up top.
Okay.
Nothing. Okay, first thing I need to do is get the right size wrench. Right size socket. It's a 9/16 in case you're ever going to take the cap off of a 2/16. So here's what I'm doing. This is the rod cap right here, and these nuts have to come off. This one and this one. This is the rod cap. And you can see this scooper here. That's to scoop oil out of the oil pan. I mentioned before, this is not a high pressure oiling system. That's part of the oiling system, believe it or not, that little scoop. That's not found on any cars today that I'm aware of, and this kind of went out in the late 40s, early 50s on most cars.
Okay.
All right, I've got the cap off, and I see rust on, oh, look at that.
Wow. And yet, look how beautiful it is right there.
Yeah, because it's bolted tight to the block there. But here, this is inside the bearing, and there's rust in it. That's not good. That can seize the bearing. Do I think it seized this one? Well, it didn't help, but I don't think so. These bearings are called Babbitt bearings. They're very different than traditional bearings in that these are poured from molten metal in a mold. And that mold mimics the size of the rod journal in the engine. And then they're just bolted up. In order to get these out, I think you have to melt them with a torch, I think. People more familiar will know better than I, but I think so.
Since we're gonna break this anyway, can we just hammer inside of it now to see if it can, like if there's maybe rust holding it?
Well, that's next if this doesn't work.
Okay.
Next step, I've got two things to try. I got a much bigger hammer that I can't swing underneath, but I can swing up here, and also the air chisel. I'm going to try the air chisel first. When you use these things, eye protection and ear protection, they're super loud. So both Christina and I are covered, so I'm going to give it a shot. The idea here is basically break the piston. It's welded in. That's all we're going to be able to do to get it out, to get it moving. Air chisel had lukewarm results, so BFH now. This hammer is good.
I might come back so you all still have hearing. Wow. And you've been at this, what do you think, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
That's craziness.
I sure wish it had aluminum pistons right now. All right, I'm going to go back to the air chisel. This edge. This is the weakest part of the piston right here.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, great. Great. It's just what I wanted to do. I know it sounds crazy, guys, but this thing is so welded in, the only thing I can do is break it and then split the sides open and then push it up from the bottom, take it right out. That's what the top of a piston looks like. You can see there's some rust there. This is a bigger piece. Look at that GM stamped right on it. We'll keep that piece, that's cool. Okay. Now, we just have to split the side of it, and we should be in business. You know, a lot of you viewers are no doubt thinking, these people are nuts. The engine's junk, what are they doing? And I might be thinking that too if I was watching this video. But there's a human element here. We've located the previous owner who had this in 1986. It was his high school car. He's gonna be here tomorrow helping me work on it. We just want to get this unseized and moving for that. So we've got that hole in there. Maybe that's weakened the piston enough for us to chisel it. Let's give that a try. Oh yeah. We're splitting it.
I see a smile on your face.
We're splitting it. There's a lot of destruction going on here.
Yeah.
So here's the piece of piston we broke out. And the cylinder wall is completely rusted. I don't know if you can see that behind it. So this is why we're just breaking out the piston piece by piece, because it's basically welded the cylinder wall to the piston.
Wow. So tell us honestly. You wanted this to happen so bad. I know it has to be frustrating.
Part of the frustration is because of us moving, I don't have most of the
I
stuff
know.
that I could use here.
I know.
So we're trying to do it with stone knives and bear skins, to quote Mr. Spock. Oh, it's moving a little bit. Got it. Well, there's not much left of it, that's for sure. But that's it. Woo! Let's see. I heard a piece fall right before it came out. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Now here's part of the issue is that's part of the piston. You can see the rings right here. They're just welded to the piston. See that? And they're of course welded to the cylinder wall. That's why it wouldn't come out. All right, that's done. So in the end, this was the solution to getting that piston out. I tried everything. Hand chisels, hammers, sawzalls, drills, grinders, everything. I just kept at it with this over and over and over for about an hour, and finally got it out. That's all for tonight. Wow, I look terrible. That's all for tonight. Tomorrow we'll be back at it.
So if you haven't already, we would greatly appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button, because every person that subscribes, it really does help out the channel. We appreciate it.
So the intake valves on this, a couple of them in particular, are super rusty. So I'm gonna pull out a couple of them and lap them, which means basically grinding them and the seat to get the rust off. Now we should be able to push this down. Oh. Maybe we can get it down far enough where we don't even have to take it out. Huh, I hadn't thought about that. We could probably lap it like that. If you need it, it's right there. So we just lap the valves. It's certainly not going to hurt doing that, and it may very well help. We need as much compression as we can to get this started because we've got one cylinder that's dead. But it's still not unstuck. So that's the next job at hand. I'm gonna try a couple of new things to see if we can get it unstuck. And if we can, great. If we can't, I'm running out of options. I'm disconnecting the cap on the number 4 rod. I have a sneaky suspicion that number 4 is also seized. And if I pull the cap and tap on it, I'll know right off.
No.
Well, with the rod disconnected, let's see if I can spin the engine.
I can't remember. Is this day 4 or day 5 or day 6? We've been working on the Chevy.
It's day a lot.
Day a lot. I agree. So you're putting heat on it. See if that helps. And for you guys at home, don't worry. Got the fire extinguisher. We're good. Will we see that get red like we do, like when we're doing the brakes and
It
stuff?
won't get red because it's not hot enough. It's too much of a heat sink to get that hot. But it is getting hot. You can see the steam coming out of the water jacket. So it's getting hot.
So are we on Hail Marys at this point?
Are we on what?
Hail Marys at this point?
Yeah, I mean, this is not something I recommend people do. Not at all.
I think you're a man with a mission now. Yeah, it's right here. You want the wood and the hammer? Hammer. And I'm gonna grab the wood. Sorry guys, I know the camera's a little crazy. Okay, come on, Chevy. Oh babe, it's not moving.
The wood's really not helping me out here.
Yeah, wait, it's going, it's going, it's going. It's going, it's going. It's still going, babe. It's still going. Oh, hun. Oh, come on, Bessel. Come on, please. Come on. Oh, it's still going. Bessel's still going for you, babe. Oh. Okay, that's the most it has moved. Which, well, about it.
Jesus, it didn't move very much.
It moved like from here to here.
Uh-huh.
That's a lot, man.
Let's try this. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more than 0.
Yeah. Oh, did you see that? And is it gonna stop again?
I think what might be happening
Darn.
is because the rod's disconnected, we may be moving away from the rod. Maybe. I don't know that to be sure.
So would it continue to go more that way if that was the case?
I think so.
This is the fastest I have seen you move in days. It's so funny when something like this happens, it just, your adrenaline goes crazy. Well, yeah, and your adrenaline is giving you the speed.
The cylinder is cooling, so speed is important.
Okay, you got it, babe. It went just fine. Oh, yeah. This is the most I have seen it. Oh, no. Okay, it's still going.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got it.
Give me the, you know what I'm looking for.
Well, we don't have that piston done yet. We got everything except that piston done.
Look, give me the woohoo. Come on now, you got it to move after, it took us 4 days for this.
Yeah, but that piston isn't moving yet.
Aw.
That's the key.
Give me something.
Woo!
Okay, thank you.
So now I'm gonna hook that piston back up. and we'll see if we can unseize.
Do you want to see if you can turn it more?
No, it's unseized.
Okay.
I want to put it back now where it was. It's unseized. We've got oil in the cylinders. Wow.
Oh, now you're getting excited. Okay.
Well, I'll get excited when we get that piston moving. But now we know we don't have bearing seizures. We don't have 2 other piston seized. We've got 1. And we've got a path to getting it unseized by just heating it and heating it and heating it. That's unseized.
Oh, thank goodness. If you're at home, please, I hope you're cheering with us.
All right, let me hook that rod back up.
Because this is a celebration.
It's a preliminary celebration.
Oh, I'll take it.
I'm gonna hook the rod back up and see now if we can get enough leverage to move that piston more. Christina thinks it moved. I hope she's right.
So do I. Hey guys, guess who is here to wrench with Richard on Vessel? Bill. He was the kid in the photo that I found that took Vessel. Was it your junior prom?
Yeah, 86.
Junior prom. So I have high hopes that Vessel is going to start now that his friend is here.
All right, so I'm gonna get underneath with this and I'll tell you when I'm ready. And at that point, just grab this and with all your might.
All right.
Okay. Oh, it moved. It moved a little bit.
Okay, the mark didn't move up here.
Okay, but it moved under here.
Okay.
You get a bit of grip. Go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's moving. Woohoo! Did it move up there, babe?
It did. Are you
All right, I'll tell you in a sec.
you're readjusting?
Yep. Wow.
Hey, Vessel's been waiting for Bill.
I guess. Okay. Come on. Didn't move that time.
No, it didn't move up here either.
All right. Okay. Nope. Nope.
Again?
Hold on. Get my crowbar back in. I'm gonna try a different. Hold on.
What's going on?
Not working too well.
We're gonna.
I'm gonna try a different crowbar.
Okay.
Now I have a theory. It's gonna go this way easy.
It has been,
Yep.
even before you connected it. Okay, so here we go again. Vessel has been waiting for Bill to show up, and we are definitely seeing progress.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not wanting to go this way.
Oh, wow.
That's really, it's kind of strange. Normally if it goes one way, it will go back.
That's very strange.
Yeah. You're gonna make it. Is it go time, Richard?
Huh?
Let us know when it's go time.
All right.
I don't have any room to move up here.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay. Now we are on to plan. I think this is plan W by now.
Yeah, the only thing left to try is put it in third and pop the clutch.
Okay, so we are out of ideas, and so we're going to hook Vessel up to the blue Ford, and we're gonna try to pull it around and pop the clutch and it unseizes the car. You know how that goes, so that's next on the list.
Just slide back here.
Just skid it?
Just skid it.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. Well, now from in here when I did that, I heard it go, what? Is that what it's supposed to do?
That was the transmission gauge.
Yeah, that piston hasn't moved.
Okay, good. I
That's
could
it.
your truck, but not much more, but when I let off it, like,
We've done everything we possibly can. That was the last speech I was. So it's been about 4.5 days working on this Music Icons car, and we're not finished. We still have number 4 piston that's tight. We have to get it loosened up. We have to rebuild the carb, clean the intake manifold. There's other things we need to do, but we're out of time for now. We have to get this video to editing, and we simply don't have time to finish it. So this one is going to have a part 2. I know some of you don't like that, but you know, as it is time, and there's nothing we can do about it. But I am committed to spending more time on this and getting this thing running, so you will see it again. I want to thank you all very much for watching. There was some really good times with this, some highs and lows, but the story behind this car can't be beat. You don't find a car from 1949 that was owned by a music icon who passed it on to his son, who used it in high school, and we were able to trace back. It doesn't happen. So thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you hit the like button, we'd very appreciate it. And also hit that little bell under the video. That will tell you when other new videos are coming up. We'd appreciate that too.
thank you so much. And until next time, we'll be chatting with you in the comments. Have a great week.